it's going to be a group project, is having students writing a technology grant proposal. And they're going to be working in small groups, and I'm trying to simulate a real life experience for them, because as teachers, and these are teachers out in the schools, there will be opportunities for them to develop grant proposals. And of course, they'll be working in a group, in a team with other teachers. So this is to simulate that type of an experience for them. So I'm going to actually develop a group activity. I'm going to have checkpoints along the way that they will need to complete to help them work together as a group, and also to make sure that they do the project along a particular timeline. There will be a grading rubric, and a lot of things that I am following in this rubric is actually a rubric that was used for me when I wrote my grant. So I'm actually simulating a real life experience. And there will be a group processing activity. They'll be working on that, and also there'll be an individual journal that they need to actually submit. I'm going to use Google Docs or Google Documents so that they could actually develop their proposal together as a team, and then they could download that as a Word document and then submit that to me as a final project. And I could also go into Google Docs and see how they're progressing. This is what the student will see when they're in their learning management system. They will actually see an intro to the assignment, which you can actually log into it, and there'll be a video on what's expected. And then I have the actual assignment that they can actually click on, and they will actually go through, and there's a step-by-step procedures on what they need to know to do the assignment. And also there is a whole thing with that checklist I talked about. I actually provide some detailed information about the checklist, how many points, what they're going to do. And a lot of these things that I'm doing here, like select group roles, is to help them function as a group. You may recall it's the key components of cooperative learning or small group work, and one of them is positive interdependence, and by doing group roles you help achieve that. They will need to come up with goal objectives and so on. So this is all done in a checklist or checkpoints, and I will also have due dates for each of these checkpoints. So they will need to go back and make sure that they do the grant according to the timeline. Now here's the interesting thing. This is the actual group document. This is the Google Docs. Each group will have their own individual Google documents, and in here is where they'll add the information, like the roles. They could just erase this, and they would just type in their information on top of that, and also all the other activities they have to do. So it just sort of helps them work as a team. Now the way I put together these Google Docs, I made a separate Google Doc for each group, and I'm using the learning management system Desire to Learn, and I will add the groups right in with the assignment unit, but each group will have a different release condition. So for an example, in group 1, that you must be in group 1 in order to see this link. Down here, you must be in group 2 in order to see this link. So if I have 7 groups, each group will see their particular link. The other groups will not see that. And that makes it nicer to go right to their group document, Google document page, and they can actually start typing right in that. So that's a nice feature that learning management systems have, the release conditions, and in this case I'll release them by group. Also there will be a grading rubric, and they could click on that and they will see how I'm going to grade their project. There's a number of things. A lot of these were taken out of our university grant proposal system, and I modified them and so on, but this is what they're going to be looking at to grade their particular final project. So they'll have multiple grades. They have a grade on the actual grant proposals themselves. They will also have a grade with all the checkpoints. And they also will have a grade, and this helps promote individual accountability, their individual journal, and their group processing journal. And a group processing journal is, survey. It's just a survey, and they'll go through that. Now, they're going to be doing that individually this time. In the future, I may modify this where they actually do this as a total group. But for the first time, I want to see what they're saying, so I'm doing it individually the first time. This is the first time I'll be doing this. I will be doing this the next time I teach this course. And so I just got it into the learning management system, and I'm looking at it, make sure everything clicks and works well. And with the individual journal, they will go into that, and I got questions I want them to answer. This will be the individual accountability, and they would just submit that into the Dropbox. Now, each group will have their own discussion forum, and when they click on the student lounge, they will see I'm under a student view that's in group 1, so they will see just their group 1 discussion forum. If they were in group 2, they will see the group 2 discussion forum. So as you can see, there are many components to this. We have the intro. I got the actual assignment, numerous checkpoints. They're going to be using Google Docs, so where they as a group, they could work with that. I was thinking of using a wiki, but we talk about Google Docs in the course, and there's a lot of functions with Google Docs. You have Google Forms and so on. So I want them to get experience in actually working with Google Docs. There is a detailed rubric on what they need to do. Now, I do not have any examples yet, but what's going to happen is after the first time I run this, I would then pick out some examples that I could possibly use for future courses. So there'll be some sample works that they could look at. I got the processing survey, the individual journal, and also the student lounge. So I think this will be this is a good active learning group. It's a cooperative learning activity, but also it simulates a real life situation that hopefully these teachers in this course will find rewarding and maybe something they could use as they continue in their profession.